Hey everybody, it's Christine Ernst, the Fat Ass Cancer Bitch, coming to you from the Cozy Writing Cottage in Sandwich, Massachusetts. It is Saturday, November 11th, 2023. And I smell like a cookie because I'm wearing my gingerbread seasonal cologne. I have this for the month of November, and I go into a peppermint mocha for December. And then I switch back to grapefruit in January. If this is from the Demeter Fragrance Library, you can also get like fresh mown grass and tomato vine and like basically any other fragrance you want. I love them, and they're not that expensive at all. This past week, I had the great good fortune to totally kind of randomly talk for an hour with my junior high French teacher, which was such a tremendous gift. We made a date to have lunch next month, which was a beautiful surprise. And I'm going to tell you about it, about her. Bonjour la classe! She sang this each day in 5th period French when I was in junior high. Bonjour la classe! Linda Montesano looked like Suzanne Plachette and had the madcap comic timing of Madeline Kahn. Bonjour la classe! She drove a cocoa brown Mazda RX-7 that she raced in empty mall parking lots on Sundays in 1978 when blue laws were still in effect. She kept a crash helmet on the passenger seat. I know this because Becky and Robin and I would walk home together and cut through the faculty parking lot and linger at that sexy little car. Linda Montesano courageously, recklessly maybe took 26 7th grade French students to La Véronique in Brookline for a fancy French lunch after a field trip to see Monet and Manet and Seurat and Renoir at the MFA in Boston. Linda Montesano somehow procured an AV cart and a reel-to-reel projector and a copy of the 1962 French film, and we watched The Umbrellas of Cherbourg with Catherine Deneuve. Les parapluies de Cherbourg. Even the boys cried at the end. Linda Montesano made the language sing, literally. And she made Edmund W. Thurston Junior High a little less awful, and so much of it, almost all of it, was awful. But that class, her class, la classe, répétez après moi, we all loved her. Part Miss Frizzle, part Jean Brodie, we idolized her. She knew our names. She smiled at us in the hallways, never not delighted to see us. She asked about the books that we were reading, the movies that we loved. She wanted to know us. Sure, we learned French. She was really good at that too, but it was her singing joy and curiosity for life, for language and culture, for us that made us love her. We all went on to high school, had other great teachers, but none quite so special. Some of us stayed in touch. She married and divorced. We married and divorced. She retired from teaching junior high and racing her Mazda and became sort of a locally famous person as a cat rescue advocate and had a long-running local cable access show about it on TV. At one point, she was fostering 19 cats in her home. Bonjour les chats! I will see her in December for lunch at the South Shore Plaza, coincidentally my favorite mall hangout in junior high. I am 57, she is 77. We are basically the same age at this point. 44 years ago, though, when I was 13 and basically hating being alive. This is not an exaggeration. Anxious and acneed and angry, sort of a quiet basket case of a girl who desperately needed therapy and a dermatologist. Mademoiselle Montesano was quizzing the class, walking up and down the rows of desks, playfully asking, Qu'est-ce que tu veux? What do you want? Laurie wanted a puppy, of course. Je veux un petit chien. Herb wanted a fancy car. Je veux une voiture de luxe. Gail wanted a kitten, un chaton, which of course delighted Mademoiselle. Ralph wanted a red bicycle, une bicyclette rouge. She got to me. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, Christine? She asked me, smiling, standing next to my desk, looking down. The other students knew immediately what they wanted, or at least picked something that they knew the word for in French. I froze. Je ne sais pas, I said, stricken. I don't know. She laughed and repeated the question. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, Christine? Suggested a delicious apple. Une pomme délicieuse. A new book? A nouveau livre? A nice pen, maybe? Un joli stylo? She stared at me expectantly. Said in English, don't you want anything? My brain raced. All the things I wanted. Clear skin, true love, to be a grown-up, a big Bonnie Bell cherry lip gloss and a lanyard, to not be anxious, a Bermuda bag with my initials embroidered on it, to not be self-conscious, to not be afraid, to feel seen, to sing, a 26-inch waist on my Levi corduroys like the popular girls, to feel cherished, to be a writer, to not worry, to have beautiful hair in a four-poster bed like Jennifer Rosenheimer, to be a better ice skater, to not feel ashamed all the time, to just disappear. Je veux disparaître, but I said nothing. My 13-year-old brain just shut down. As if, qu'est-ce que tu veux? As if speaking what I wanted was a test I would fail. Je ne sais pas, I said again, shrugged miserably. I don't know. Someone in the class, a boy, snickered. Her gaze softened. Saw. Understood my panic. My fear. The deep anxiety of a child. The mortifying experience of being known. She smiled and squeezed my shoulder. Moved on to the next student. Qu'est-ce que tu veux? When I see her next month, I will tell her all the things that I want. So junior high sucks. And thank God for wonderful teachers. Maybe you had one as special as Linda Montesano. I surely hope so. And that I mentioned the mortifying experience of being known. There's a wonderful quote somewhere. Let me find it and read it to you. Thank you for engaging in the mortifying ordeal of being known, so that I may partake in the euphoric experience of knowing you. It often is mortifying, isn't it? Especially in junior high. It's gotten easier, I guess, because here I am telling stories every Saturday about my life. It doesn't feel mortifying anymore. It feels joyful. And for that, I'm very grateful. So, go to the MSPCA today. Go adopt a kitten. And thank Linda Montesano. Or I don't know, reach out to a good teacher you had and thank them, or take them to lunch. Or get yourself something delicious and smell nice. You are beloved. Can y'all see that? You are beloved. Come as you are. You're always welcome. Come and have a cuppa with me here in the cottage. Really, seriously, reach out. Or come and hammer some jewelry with me in my studio. Oh, I have two shows. I have a show on November 30th at the Cultural Center. It is the holiday edition of Fat Ass Cancer Bitch. 7 p.m. at the Cultural Center in Yarmouth on November 30th. And December 1, 2, and 3 at Wellfleet Harbor Actors Theater out in Wellfleet. Shows on Friday and Saturday are 7. Show on Sunday is at 4. It's an 80-minute set, my usual, but all of my holiday work, which I rarely get a chance to perform. So I'm excited to bring it to you all in one big set this year. So thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye.